Hello and welcome everyone to our UW Esports Games of the Week. Tonight we are bringing you all our Rocket League team as they play California State University Fullerton in their CRL match this week. As you all have heard, our esports program seeks to build and foster community, open doors to the vast career opportunities in the field of gaming, and promote the virtues of healthy competition. Through esports, we are able to communicate with one another, forming and developing digital communities that we find so very necessary in the challenging times we are and have been facing. We hope you enjoy being a part of our community, and we invite you to get more involved. You guys can follow us here on our UW Esports Discord server, as well as on our social channels at U of WA Esports. Now to introduce ourselves, I am Hydra K9 or Caleb. I'm currently a second year at the University of Washington, and I'm going to be one of your casters tonight.
And my name is Kaz, otherwise known as Vin, and I will be your other caster for tonight.
So this is a CRL match, pretty exciting. We do know that our UW team has qualified for CRL, and they are participating in that as we speak. Really exciting for us as a Rocket League esports program, as that is one of the highest collegiate levels of Rocket League that you can play in. So I mean, it'll be definitely a really intense set of games tonight, don't you think?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's gonna be really cool to see UW, the boys, play against other really high performing universities that are in the CRL.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think last time we streamed Rocket League, we also streamed the CRL matches, and I believe that was the Louisiana matches. I could be wrong there. But those were definitely close. So these, I would expect them to also be nail biters. And it'll be interesting to see just, what our UW boys pull out to, stay on top of this series. What do you think they got to do to stay on top of this?
Well, honestly, I mean, for them, I've never really, well, obviously, I've never seen the other team play, but I would say for UW, I would just say, try to just stay calm and try to do your own thing. Just try to feel out for the match and just play well. Just focus on the mistakes that you're making, because those mistakes are going to be what you know uh hinder you from moving forward in the CRL. So hopefully they're able to watch out for those and be able to play the game.
Yeah, I think that's well said. Mistakes are definitely, I think, the turning point in between these teams as you start to get higher up in the level of play. Everyone can do the fancy mechanics, and everyone can have good rotations and things like that. So I think that the turning point or the pivot in between winning and losing really comes from the number of mistakes that each team makes, because one mistake can lead to another, and eventually a goal is scored. So I think you're right. I think that it'll really come down to mitigating your mistakes, looking back at what you're doing wrong, and really focusing on cleaning up your play and making it as sharp as you possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think with that, we should get into game one here and see just how this series goes.
All right.
So we have UW in blue here, and California State in orange. Already, it is a slow pace, I would say. I'm seeing a lot of control off the wall, which is not always what we expect from UW. I think they tend to play a very fast-paced game of Rocket League. And we see the ball, moving back and forth in between the midfield, and lots of very aggressive. As I say, that shot on already, but saved by Dixie. Spood plays this one high over the backboard, and Wizard gets a nice, solid power clear. I think that we're now starting to see that pace pick up. I think I may have spoke just a little bit too soon.
Yeah, I mean, well, I feel like what you are saying has some form of validity, just because like I said, I feel like UW here is just trying to feel out. Same with the other team, just trying to feel out, what the other team can do, and trying to, do whatever they can to challenge and just try to, see what kind of mistakes the other team makes. Um, so in this beginning, you're gonna see some pretty interesting things, but that'll probably be cleaned up later on as we go through on the night.
Yeah, I think that as these teams play, they start to feel out, like you said, their each other's play styles and really get a sense of what works and what doesn't. And it also helps, get those nerves out of the way from that, starting that match and your first couple of games against a team, especially a team, that is also in CRL. They also had to go through the qualifiers and, put in the hard work just like we did. So they are definitely not going to be a team that we could easily roll over. I think that um, this is going to be a competitor, and I think as the series goes on, we'll see both teams kind of sharpen up uh, their play style and kind of get through those nerves a bit.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Shot high over the backboard, almost played in, but Whale with a nice touch out. It's giving Vixie a bit of space here. It looks like Benji's going to try and control this one. Good challenge from Vixie. It's forced touch. Wizard puts that one on, and no one's in net. That is going to be an easy goal for UW. A bit unexpected. I think a bit of a miscommunication there from California's side.
Yeah, I think just there is just a accidental double commit, and those are really nice of him to be able to put that away cleanly.
Again, I think it just comes down to those little mistakes. And we're probably not going to see many of those, so good on Wizard to kind of find that opening and take advantage of the one or two mistakes that are going to happen here. With touch there makes it a bit awkward for Whale. This is a dangerous ball here, but no one to follow. Good patience from Wizard there. UW with control. Up into the corner. This ball high. This could be a possible shot for Whale. Playing this high over the backboard. Spood with good positioning there. Looks like California is going to get out of trouble here, but not for long as Wizard plays this one back in. Forcing a big clear. We're getting a nice little double read. And the pressure is gone. Lots of back and forth after this first goal has been scored. Neither team really controlling the ball, more so playing the space. But it is a very open midfield, I think, from both of these teams so far. Wizard up for a double here, but intercepted by Benji. I think both teams are doing a pretty good job of playing the space, trying to play out passes.
Yeah, I'm noticing that there's quite a bit of mechanics being put on display. I mean, it may not. I feel like it looks effortless, but I mean, the amount of, mechanics that these players are going through, like Vixie right here.
Vixie up for that. Oof. 10 more boosts that would have been in. Whale making this tough. Spood. Good job intercepting that one, playing it high to the ceiling, and it looks like they're going to get out of that sticky situation there. Wizard choosing to play this ball low. Smart choice there, getting the bump on the wall, making this awkward for California. Bit of a missed touch there that's going to be dangerous for UW. Scrambling to get this out. Wizard and Vixie both trying to play this ball and the bump. A missed touch there. Unfortunate, a bit unlucky, but good recovery there from UW. Dangerous ball up here. Outlaw with a nice shot just over the backboard, and it's going to give UW the opportunity for the breakaway here. Nice fake there. Send Vixie flying. But it is not enough. UW with good pressure here. 10 seconds left. A slow match in terms of goals scored. This could be Fullerton's opportunity here. Benji up for this one. Playing it high. Vixie in the way to intercept. A good touch out, and that is going to be ball down. Game 1 in favor of the University of Washington. Now, a good first game. I think that both teams played very well. I think we saw a slightly slower UW than we're used to seeing. The offensive pressure wasn't as high. But I think that's to be expected when they are playing a team that they aren't necessarily comfortable playing and expect to be at a higher caliber of play. I think that playing slowly, kind of feeling out, like you said, the play style is definitely the way to go.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely saw that too. Yeah, it seemed like UW was a little bit more awkward. It wasn't a huge difference, but like you said, a little bit of loss in offensive pressure from UW. Um, I felt like in the beginning it was more back and forth, but yeah, towards the end, it seemed like California State was really, being able to get their groove into this match here. So it'll be interesting to see how this next game goes.
Yeah, I think that it really came down to that one double commit. I think that if that hadn't happened, we would have saw a long game of overtime just
Yeah.
from the way that that was being played. So it'll be interesting to see if Fullerton cleans this up going into game two, or if UW is going to get a couple more free touches, free goals, just on simple mistakes like double commits and such. So I think without further ado, we get into game two here and see just how it goes. I think that UW could probably pick up the pace a bit here. Now that they've got a feel for the way that Fullerton plays, they are going to be a bit more comfortable on the ball here, and I think we're gonna see that speed increase.
Yeah, hopefully they can. I think that yeah, I think you're right. Like that is definitely what they need to be looking out for here and going into the second game.
With a
Um
nice touch there, just barely
Really
not
nice double
enough.
touch. But I think that California State here is doing a really good job at putting their mechanics on display, and it's making it really hard for UW to get a clear touch on the ball or to have a clear direction as to what to do with the ball.
I definitely think that Fullerton does a good job of intercepting in the air. I think we've seen a lot with like the ball coming off the backboard, and we've got a Fullerton player in the air. Whale with a bit of a miss on the open net there. That's unfortunate. Wizard trying to put it in, but the opportunity is lost. It's going to be UW trying to recover here. Vixie with another shot on, saved by Spood. Fullerton just barely hanging on here, but they did get their lucky break as Whale missed that one. Spood high here. Whale has to intercept. A good job, good speed there. Vixie plays this ball out. A bit of a pass there, leads ball center. Spood up for this one, trying to get a touch on it, but it looks like a bit of a double commit. Miscommunication there from Fullerton. Booming touch there. Very good control from Whale, but losing it a bit there as he goes up the wall. Wizard up for this, a possible shot here, but Spood too quick. Plays that ball out. Vixie trying to intercept, but Outlaw plays it to wall. UW does not seem to be able to find an opening here since they missed their one chance they got.
I definitely think that chances are being made for both teams here. It seems a bit awkward. It's going back and forth, and we're seeing a lot of misplays like whiffs and just mishits in general. Um, it honestly, this game could come down to which team finds the right hit on the ball. Honestly, because both teams are given ample opportunity to put one in the back of the net.
I also think that Fullerton's defense is very solid here so far. Very dangerous ball there. Benji with good control, not panicking on the goal line. And that goes just as what I was about to say. The defense is very solid from Fullerton. They're doing a good job of not double committing on the ball. That was very scary. They're almost pinching that into their own net. But they're keeping the control on the goal line, not panicking. And I think that is, squandering a lot of UW's opportunities.
Yeah.
Nice touch there from Vixie. Played high. Forces boost usage from Outlaw there. You can see 0 in the tank. It's going to be an opportunity for UW to have a 2v3. Well played to the corner by Benji. Vixie a bit awkward. He was pushed up for that offensive play and just didn't get back in time there. Made it tough on himself, but he was able to get out of that situation. It looks like UW is going to have the offensive here. Quickly cleared out by Fullerton. With a nice booming clear, that's going to give UW a bit of time here. With a shot, just barely off net, but that could be enough. Vixie not able to find the net as well. That's a lot of missed shots there from UW. I think that Wizards' touch was probably intentional there, playing around the defense, trying to get a pass off the back wall. But I don't know if I could say the same about Vixie's touch there. And that's going to be 2 of their opportunities to put this up a goal, lost to missed open nets.
Well, at least they are getting plenty of opportunities to score and making those happen. It's just finishing them is definitely the one thing that UW needs to work on. It's
Yeah,
not necessarily a bad thing.
I think that is the biggest thing that is stopping them from being on top of this game right here. Is just not being able to finish his nets. Whale with really great demos there, opening up the field. That's going to be a shot opportunity for Wizard. Cleared out by Spood. They got their easy opportunities. They're getting more tough ones here. But Fullerton's defense is doing a great job. She clears this out. 0 seconds left on the clock. A dangerous ball. Whale with a good clear to the corner. Possible we see some overtime here. 0 seconds left. Ball popped high. Spood up for this one. Passing it down to Outlaw. Again, pinched up. Both teams want to get a goal out of this. They do not want to go to overtime. Dangerous ball here. 100 in the tank. Dixie touches this to corner, and it looks like that is going to be ball down, and we're going to see some overtime here in game 2. Benji with the carry here. Good choice going low. Gives Spood an opportunity. Another shot on, but saved by Vixie. Good read there. Ball high. Very little boost from the UW defense. They get this clear here. It could be enough time. See with a high touch. Still low boost here from UW. This is a dangerous spot to be in. Constant offensive pressure and not a lot in the tank is what leads to goals. You see with a decent touch to corner, but intercepted by Spood. A good read. UW has got to find their way out of this situation if they do not want to get scored on here in overtime.
Yeah, it's... Oh my gosh, wait, that's actually just in.
That is unexpected. I don't know what happened there. If Wizard came awkwardly off of the wall or low boost or something was hard to see from our angle, but it looks like that just floated right by and dropped in.
Yeah, I think honestly it was the boost. It looked like UW had been running low on boost and they were kind of scrambling. Things were a little bit awkward, and I think everything added up together, and just to get this floater just going to the net.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunate way for game 2 to end there. That's going to tie up the series here 1-1. This is a best of 5, I believe. I could be wrong about that. I'm pretty sure that it is best of 5.
I think it's best of 5, yeah.
So that puts both of these teams, 2 games away from match point here, and they're kind of pushing to see who can have the advantage here. So it'll be interesting to see which of these teams kind of cleans up their play a bit more, because it definitely was awkward from both sides, and we saw lots of missed open nets from UW in game 2. And just kind of awkward whiffs and things from Fullerton. So it'll be interesting to see which team kind of cleans it up more as they go into game 3.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think with that, we shouldn't let anyone wait, and we get into game 3 here. Tied 1-1 here. Both teams want to win here, as it puts the other team, and a quick goal off of kickoff. Looks like Outlaw is going to put that one in. And off the assist there from whoever had that kickoff, I believe it was Spood. And that is a tough way to start this out if you are UW. Good speed there from Spood. A bit of a double commit from UW. Wizard with good patience on the wall, buying his teammates some time. While bouncing awkwardly in front of the net, and that could be a second goal, but Vixie's there to put that one out. And they're going to buy themselves a bit more time here and possibly an offensive attack. Vixie threatening on the wall there, forcing that touch down to Whale. Good defensive team play. Something we definitely don't talk about a lot is there is opportunity for team play on defense. you see the passing plays and setups on offense, but on defense, there's kind of uh, unspoken or fake passes, I guess you could almost call them, where one player challenges, forces a touch from the attacker, and that ball will go straight to whoever is last man back. And it's a very easy way to kind of regain possession from an attack. You just kind of force out that touch, bait out the touch. A dangerous ball here in front of net. Pixie tries to put it in, but a little bit too late. Fullerton surviving another minute here with their extra goal on the board.
Well,
Again,
yeah, like you were saying, those getting those fake touches and or fake challenges and then making the other opponent get their touch out is definitely a really key part about Rocket League's defense. Um, and it's definitely what we're seeing a lot of from California right now. Doing a really good job at just keeping calm and just challenging at the right times. Um, I've
ball
and
down.
that's just in.
A great pass from Outlaw down.
Yeah.
And Spood finishes that one, playing it very low. I think Whale pre-jumped that one and was just not able to read the play. Definitely a tough one to read. I don't blame that ball for going in. That's a tough spot to be in when, one player up and another player down. Last man back, that can be really tough to make that save. And it could be an opportunity from UW for the same thing, but not quite intercepted. Spood plays that one out. But that is definitely a tough read. That ball coming from that high, your camera can get real weird.
Yeah.
We would put in this one high off the backboard. Especially when that ball is right above you, that camera, like we're seeing right there, that is a great example of it. Just how awkward that can be when that camera gets above your car. You can't even see your car anymore. You don't know where you're pointed. You don't know where you're going. It can be really tough to make a read and make a play. And that is going to be what results in Fullerton's second goal here. Plays this one out, a pass to Vixie. Vixie, not enough boost to get up to that one, or possibly reading that double commit. Ball in corner. This is a bit awkward here. Good bump from Fullerton there. Plays Vixie off that ball, and that gives Benji some space there. Good 50 from Whale. Another good 50 from Vixie, and that's going to give Wizard a bit of control. Not able to settle that ball on top of his car. Looks like UW is scrambling to get an attack going.
Yeah, it seems to me that California is kind of making it awkward. There's a lot of bumps on defense and a lot of, I think we just saw almost a triple commit there, but they're doing a really good job at just making the right touches and keeping control on offense and making it really awkward for UW. And obviously that's really hard to defend and then try to counter against. So
yeah, it's definitely hard to make offensive plays when you're worried about defense the whole time. If you can't get out of your own half, you can't score a goal. The only time you're going to get that goal is that one boomer power clear that someone gets every once in a blue moon that goes all the way to the other side of the field. And you can't expect that to happen. So you got to get an offense going. You got to be able to get it out of your own half and kind of clear out that midfield, take that space. And I think, as you were saying, they could definitely do with employing a bit of California's strategy here. Start going for those bumps, that physical play that is so in the meta right now. And we saw that from Vixie there, kind of taking that attacker out of the play, and it gives them a bit of space on defense. Just utilizing that more, because it really is very advantageous to bump a player or demo them. It takes them out of the play for so long.
yeah.
3 seconds left here. 2 goals down. It looks like this game is going to go in favor of California. Wizard up for this one. Possible goal for the road here for UW. Doesn't look like that is going to happen, though. Whale has given up on this, letting Wizard go for this one. Benji leaving the net open, but Spood not granting the same opportunity for Wizard there and intercepting that one. That is going to be game 3 in favor of California, and that puts them at match point. UW has to win this next one if they want to stay in this series.
Yeah, it's looking like a really tough one, to be honest. UW has really got to do a better job at, just trying to, honestly, I feel that it's coming from the defense. Right there, we saw, I think, like 7 shots from California and only 2 shots from UW, and then 4 saves from UW as well. There's a lot of pressure on UW, and I think that California is making a lot of mistakes on defense, but UW just isn't able to capitalize on that.
Yeah, I definitely think that you're correct. I think that UW is struggling in their own half. I think that that can come down to, like we were saying, with the physical plays, kind of opening up that field, but also controlling the midfield. I think we're seeing a lot of boomer clears, power touches, midfield passes, when really you need to be taking advantage of that space in the center, because it really gives you that advantage of controlling. Instead of controlling just your third of the field, UW's third, California's third, and then kind of the no man's land in the middle. Instead of controlling just your half, being forced on defense to make those saves, having limited space to move around, collect boosts, if you just get that extra third of the field, get that midfield, you have 2 extra 100 boost pads, plenty of extra penny pads, and all that space to make your passes, to take control of, and actually get an offense started. So I think that that's what we need to see from UW here. They need to take over that midfield and utilize that extra space as much as they can.
Yeah.
But I think with that, we should get into Game 4 here. See if UW is able to bring this back in this series and tie it up 2-2. UW currently down a game in the series, in danger of losing the series here and now. The nerves can definitely start to pile on when you're put in a scenario like this.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's definitely going to be a tough game for UW, but it's
Wizard up for
not
that one, a nice
impossible.
double touch. What a great read there. So much power off the backboard and getting that car around to put that one in. Wow. What a great way for UW to start this off.
Oh yeah, it's definitely possible. California is making the mistakes. UW just needs to, like I was saying, and like you were saying, how they need to take advantage of the midfield. Just take advantage of the mistakes that California is making.
Yeah, and I think that even without mistakes, we saw great shots like that. If they keep doing that, I mean, it doesn't matter how well the other team's playing. That is a really tough goal to save, and good
Yeah.
on Wizard for finding that opportunity, and taking advantage of that backboard space. And she's trying to get a double touch there. A decent 50. Vixie able to play this one out. It's awkward in the corner. Ball stuck in UW's corner. Waterfall down, and that is going to be another goal for California, quickly retaliating and tying this up 1-1. Again, with those tough balls to read that came down off the waterfall. That top corner that the ball kind of drops down off of, if people aren't familiar with the lingo, but it can be really, really hard to read those balls coming down from there because of that weird camera. It's not a shot that you get much practice on. You don't really go into free play, go into your training maps and such, practicing shooting balls straight above you or directly above you. So that can be really tough to read, and I think that we start to see more double commits and situations like that when those tough to read plays start to happen.
Yeah, definitely for sure. I do also think that I think Whale actually was there for the save. I think that maybe other than just the camera angle and just the fact that it was such an awkward ball in position to be in, I think maybe he was just running out of boost. Or had ran out of boost and just didn't, just couldn't make the save.
That's
Which is
definitely
why.
something that we've been commenting on off from California here, and I think that we've stated the UW side of things that they've been struggling to maintain the boost on defense. But that also, goes hand in hand with California doing a great job of maintaining the boost control on offense. Taking those corners and pennies when they get the chance, and that's an open net there off of that demo. Vixie not able to get back in time, and that's going to be California's second goal here. But again, taking out players and controlling the boost, there's not much you can do on defense, a man down and without any boost in the tank. It's just a struggle at that point.
Yeah.
And here we see it again. Vixie low on boost. Wizard low on boost. trying to make a push happen. Good double touch there, putting that one center. No one to follow it up, but a good choice there from Whale to play patient. Waiting on this touch out. He plays this one into the corner. Ball high over UW's net. Whale able to play this one out, but Spood there to intercept it, playing a nice pass center. Benji trying to put a shot on, but not able to get the angle. Is he up for this? A good play out. Great read from Outlaw to be up for that one. Another shot on as Benji comes out of, I'm sorry, Spood comes out of nowhere to play that one in.
A lot of offensive pressure we're seeing right now from California. This is looking pretty rough for UW right now. They definitely have got to find a way to relieve some of this offensive pressure, and I think honestly the key lies into what you were saying with the midfield and just taking advantage of the space. Just trying to control the ball and trying to take advantage of what's there in front of you.
Yeah, I think that also plays into their lack of boost here.
Yeah.
Like I said, 2 extra 100 pads that your team has control of. If you're controlling that space, it can be very hard for the other team to come out and steal that boost, especially the boost on your half. So if you're playing that midfield and controlling it with offensive pressure and kind of locking down that space, not only are you gaining 2 extra boost pads, you're also securing your boost pads in your corner. As the other team's not going to come all the way out of their defensive half to go all the way to your half and collect boost.
Yeah.
So you're definitely securing the boost on the field, and you're securing space, which is allowing you to make plays around the other team and get an offense started, which we so desperately need here. 25 seconds left, down 2 goals. You got to get something going. Basically trying to get a redirect, almost getting that one over Outlaw. Whale trying to put this one on, and this is what we need. It's like they heard me talking about it. Wizard up for this one, trying to play a pass center, but it's not enough. 9 seconds left. They got to score right here, right now, if they want to stay in this one. 2 seconds left. It is not going to be doable. Ball down. And that is going to be game 3 in favor of California. Definitely not how I would want that series to go from UW. It's not very often that I come out of a series disappointed, but I think that they definitely can play much faster than that, and I think that they just were having a lot of trouble overcoming the awkwardness on defense.
Yeah, I agree. I think that UW definitely, was shown opportunities and some were taken advantage of, but there were a lot of times that they weren't. And I think that's just, that's just something that they need to work on. That's a very, obvious, thing to look at and be able to look back at and say, we need to finish here more, just working on those kind of areas of gameplay.
Yeah, and I definitely think that it's something to say that that's just kind of the way the game goes sometimes. I think that our seasoned Rocket League players will know that some days you feel like you're playing out of your mind, the best player in the game, and then other days you just can't rotate properly, you can't hit a ball to save your life. And I think that UW just kind of had one of those games, one of those sets, just having a bit of trouble on defense especially. And that's not to say that Fullerton, California was not a tough team. They were definitely playing really well, playing with each other, playing off of each other really well. Getting those passing plays started and really playing as a cohesive unit. And I think that UW can look at what Fullerton did and take some notes, because they were a really tough opponent. And I think that when UW plays them again, they definitely have a chance if they can clean up just a bit of the play that we saw.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I think with that, we should say congratulations to California Fullerton. Thank you, all of you, for joining us on our University of Washington Twitch channel. It means a lot to us that you take the time out of your night to spend time with us, our production crew, our players on the field, and us casters. We have a lot of fun doing this, so it's great that we have an audience to do it for. Remember to check us out at U of W Esports on most platforms. That includes our Twitter, our Instagram, our YouTube, obviously here on Twitch, and also you can join the Discord if you're interested in volunteering behind the scenes. If you want to come see what we do back here and get behind the screen, definitely join that Discord and reach out to us, and you can get involved. Additionally, we are happy to announce that the UW Broadcast Center and the RSO Resource Center is now taking reservations. So if you want to get started producing content for an RSO, or you're a UW student but you don't have all the tech available to you to kind of get a stream going or something like that, then that is the perfect opportunity for you to get a broadcast going, get a live stream going, and utilize that space to your full advantage. Make sure you go check that out in the hub, as those reservations are open. Make sure that you stick around to watch our Overwatch team go head-to-head with the University of San Francisco at 8 o'clock. We will be back streaming that for all of you, so make sure you hang out and watch them, cheer them on, because that is definitely going to be some games worth watching. But with that, we look forward to watching UW Rocket League next weekend, and hopefully we see some more intensity out of our UW boys. But I think that it's time for us to say goodnight and kind of hand this over to our Overwatch team.
It began with 3 pillars, the foundation for UW Esports, pushing ourselves to greater heights.
Community.
Career. Competition.
Oh yeah. Reminds me of Toronto Defiant Yakpung. Reminiscent of that, of just juggling everyone into the corner there.
Maybe that'll be the game changer here for UW.
Maybe. Oh my goodness, what an angle by Wizard.
Wow. What a shot.